Whoa, it's getting a little nippy in here. Hey, gun people. My finger's getting cold. I'm doing 3 or 4 videos and I'm out here in the garage. It's stinking freezing out there. Well, maybe 33 degrees. But still, it's a little nippy in here. So, I did a couple videos, so now I'm going to do a couple crazy cop stories. I haven't done one of those in a while. So the first one will be the crazy guy in the military. And let me start my timer, because that way I can figure out how long I'm going. Oh, cancel. Reset. Alright. So, I'm in the Air Force, and I think it's Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is where we're at. And doctors and hospitals have always kind of had this is our domain. You know, everybody likes to have their little area. Cops like to say this is my town. Judges like to say this is my courtroom. Pilots like to say this is my airplane. And, you know, so there's always these little, and hospitals or their doctors are very much, this is my hospital. So there was always an ongoing fight on whether or not we could wear a gun. And I'm wearing this holster. I explained in another video because I'm just testing it out because I just got it. So when you go to, when you go to a hospital and military base, doctors are always trying to tell you that cops, you can't bring your gun in here. Leave your gun in your car. You can't bring it. So there was always this fight about us walking into the hospital. If we responded there, we had to lock our freaking gun up. Then if something happened, we'd have to run back to our car to get our gun. Or if we had to go somewhere and we jumped in the car and forgot to get our gun, we get to an incident and go, shit, my gun's on a freaking trunk because I was at the hospital. So over time, it kind of went away and we carried our guns in the hospital. But back in the 80s, there was still kind of some hospitals that were like, no, we don't want the cops carrying the guns. And if the guy in charge of the hospital outranked the security police commander and he wanted to get promoted, then the commander would be like, all right, don't bring your gun in there. And if he didn't outrank him, then he'd be like, I don't care what you say, my guys are carrying their guns. So it was no logical reason, it was just turf issues. So we go to this hospital. Now, there's usually, when you go to the psych ward at a hospital, normally they don't want weapons in there. They don't want some crazy guy grabbing your gun. I still think it's kind of BS, but whatever. I mean, we go to crazy guy calls all the time as a cop, and they always got guns. You know, it's kind of like some places don't want you doing a bar check or walking in a bar with a gun because there's drunks and they might grab your gun. Well, 90% of the calls we go on, there's drunks and they may grab our gun. But, you know, when you start dictating, you let liberal ignorance start ruling things, they start getting safe. They want everybody to wear a freaking helmet when they're eating with a spoon so they don't poke themselves in the eye with eye protection or whatever. It just goes crazy. So at this hospital, we got dispatched to a guy had barricaded himself on the crazy ward. We call it Section 8. In the military, if you go out on a crazy, they used to call it Section 8. I don't know if Section 8 is some health code or whatever that says you're mentally unstable or whatever. If you Section 8 out, it'd be like you got a Section 8 discharge, meaning, you know, you weren't mentally stable to stay in. I don't know if they do that now, if it's changed with PTSD and all that, but back when I was in, that's how it was. So there was a ward, and we call it, instead of calling it the crazy ward or the loony ward, we call it the Section 8 ward because it had crazy people. So we get a call that a guy barricaded himself in a room, and of course I have my dog, so I leave my dog in the car because I didn't want to bring my dog in the hospital because that's another thing they want to get all pissy about, you know. I used to get in more trouble because I'd walk by back when they used to have water fountains everywhere instead of the bottled water and freaking everything now. They used to have water fountains everywhere. So we'd stop and drink at public water fountains. Well, my dog was thirsty, so I'd push the button and he would jump up there and get a drink out of the water fountain. Well, yeah, every time he did it, somebody saw it. Dog lovers, they didn't care. Other people were like, oh, I got a drink out of that. Your dog's nasty. He's drinking. The damn cops are out of control, bootleg, messing up the water fountains. So that was an issue with dogs, but I digress. So anyway, we didn't bring the dog in the hospital for sanitary. We don't want hair, blah, blah. But, you know, if they wanted to do a drug test, then we could bring him in. So I leave my dog in the car. We know we're going to the psych ward, so we throw our guns in the trunk. So now we're unarmed. We don't have dogs, guns, nothing. We don't have sticks, nothing. We're just up there, 2 knuckleheads with a badge, going, all right, what do you want? So we go up there, and I'll never forget, man. I started busting up laughing. This doctor, I go up there, his eyes about this big black blood drip. And he's like, hey, how you guys doing? I called you. And I went, what happened to your eye? He goes, that's why I called you. And I go, oh, we call that a clue. So he's like, yeah, I'm talking to this guy, and he's a little volatile, and he's a big guy, and I thought I could control it, and it just went sideways, and he knocked me out, and now he's barricaded in his room, and he won't come out, and he's saying he's going to stab or beat anybody. So we're like, well, does he have any weapons? No. So we look in there, and there's a little window in the door, and he's standing there, and he's just he's got his shirt kind of half ripped off. He's sweating like he's on PCP, but he's not. He's just in there, he's just freaking out or whatever. And he says, and he's turned over everything in the freaking room and shit. And I'm like, damn. So there's only me and this other guy. And I mean, back then, I was a little guy. I mean, I was maybe 160, 165 pounds. Of course, I was in better shape, but still, I wasn't that big of a guy. So, and my partner was about the same size as me, he's a little taller than me. So we look at each other and go, shit, man, how are we going to get this guy out of this room? And there was only 2 of us, and, we didn't have enough mans, we couldn't get anybody else. So there was a doctor, maybe 3 or 4 nurses, and maybe another doctor there. And they're all standing around like, well, that's what we called you. If they get violent, we're not supposed to handle them. We need to call you. If you can just get him out of the room and get him secure, we're going to give him a shot, and then we'll take him back. And we're like, well, shit. All right, so the guy's in there, he's pissed off, we open the door. So we try our verbal judo. We're going to talk him out. Hey, guy, we're going to fuck you, get out, I'm knocked out, I'm going to kill. We're like, well, shit. That digressed quickly. There was no developing rapport, no communication. He didn't want to talk. He just wanted to fight and kill people. So we're like, shit. So we're like, dude. So then we went to our hardcore kind of threatening. Dude, if you don't come out, we're going to come in and get you. You're not going to like it. We're going to, no, yeah, fuck you. Come and get some, motherfucker. I'll take your ass. So, I mean, he's just going off. So we're like, well, shit. I mean, we're kind of shit out of luck. We don't really have any options. We got to go in and get this guy. So we got all these people here and egos there, we're like, oh, let's see what these cops are going to do. Let's see how they handle this. And we're like, shit. So we're like, you know what? If we go, because it's kind of small, narrow rooms, so it created what I talk about in other videos, a fatal funnel. There's only one way in and one way out. So it's not like we can surprise him, get around the side of him. We have to do a frontal assault, and he's going to take one of us out with a punch. The first one is going to be one-on-one then. So we're like, shit, man, how do we, so we go, hey, do y'all guys got is there like another room in here that's a bed that's inching? They're like, yeah. And we're like, okay. So we get them, they bring this bed out, we go, we want the mattress. So we peel off the shit, we grab the mattress, and it's about the size of this room. So in our theory, this is how our minds working. Didn't work out, but, at least we had a plan. Because no plan is a plan to fail. We had a plan. It went to shit. It didn't work, but we had a plan. So here's our plan. We get this mattress. We're going to go in here. We're going to get behind it. And we're just going to ram him and smash him against the wall. He's going to go against the wall, and then we're each going to be able to wrap around the mattress and grab an arm, do our fancy takedown, rear wrist lock, takedown, sweep, leg sweep to the ground, and we'll get them in cuffs and be the heroes. Well, so here we are, we got our mattress, we're kind of sweating, we're a little nervous because this dude's really going to beat our ass if we don't play this right. So we look at each other, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready, I'm ready. And the doctors and the nurses, of course, they don't have nothing to lose, so they want to start questioning our plan. You sure this is going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. Is there a better way? We're like, look, man, you guys called us. If you want to get him out, get him out. When you called us, we're going to get him out the best way we can, unless you got a better idea. So they're like, okay, go ahead. So we're sitting here. We're ready. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Man, we go charging in here. Well, this dude reaches up across the mattress, and as soon as we get close to him, he does a sweep of that mattress. Knocks the mattress out of the way. We're both going forward, and man, he is on us like speak on shit. I was like, so the fight's on. My partner gets slammed into the wall for some freaking reason in these rooms. You're on a psych ward. You're dealing with crazy people, and you've got a picture of freaking the Air Force's #1 or some shit on a wall with a glass frame. So my partner gets slammed into the glass. The glass pokes him in the head. Blood is like spurting out over all of us. I mean, this is going everywhere. We're fighting, blood squirting around the room. I'm like, shit, he's about to go out. I'm going to lose him pretty quick. We finally get this guy outside, get him on the ground. My partner finally goes down. The doctors go to him and start trying to stop the bleeding on him. So now it's just me and this guy on the ground rolling around the floor. Nobody's freaking helping. I'm out of breath. I'm freaking nervous. I got no gun, no dog, no nothing. I finally am able to get him in a chokehold to get his arm behind his back, and he's still fighting. So I'm cranking that freaking arm all the way back, and he starts crying. Okay, I give up, I give up. I was like, shut the fuck up, don't you give up, fuck you. I said, stop moving. So he's still moving. Now the doctor wants to come in. Hey, don't hurt him, don't hurt. I'm like, I got blood on me from my partner. I'm freaking out of breath, I'm tired of shit. And this doctor now's in my face with his big ass black eye. Don't hurt him, I was like, shut up, you call this here, I'm getting him. When I've got him in cuffs, I'll be done. Otherwise, shut up. I was freaking furious. I finally got him. He was still resisting a little bit. I finally cranked his arm. He was screaming and yelling. He finally quit. A couple of nurses were like, he doesn't need to hurt him like that. He's hurting him. Stop him. And I'm just like, oh. I finally get him in handcuffs. They run over after he's in handcuffs, give him a shot, put him on a gurney, treat him like he's the poor victim and the cops are the bad guy. And so, my partner ends up, evidently it wasn't as serious as it looked. Whatever it poked, he wasn't bleeding out a lot, but there was just like a needle of a shard of glass had poked it just small enough to where the pressure was making it squirt out, so it looked like a lot worse. They cut it up. He might have got 1 or 2 stitches, but it wasn't that bad. And man, I'll tell you what, I was just like, these freaking people always want to call a cop to take care of shit they can't take care of. And then when the cops take care of it, they always want to tell the cops on how they should have done it better, different, not been so rough, not hurt the guy, shot his pinky toe, can't you just spit in his eye and blind him or some stupid shit. But anyway, we got the guy in custody, and I can't remember. I think we got a good letter from the hospital for helping him, and then one of the nurses complained that we were too aggressive. So I don't know which one held more weight. Frankly, I didn't give a shit. We got out of there without getting our ass whipped. Too bad. All right, we'll end that there.